What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode number 47 of Real Lifeish Friends podcast. This is one of your hosts, Kimberly.
I'm Mila. Happy 2026.
Oh my goodness, I need to, you know, not turn stuff on. Which way is off? Which way is off?
See, which way is off?
Yeah.
Wait 2 minutes. Less than a minute in. You hollering way is off.
If that tells you anything about this episode, that should tell you all you need to know about how we coming in 2026 confused. That's how we're coming in. Yes. Now we have a great show for you. We have a great show for you tonight on our first episode of 2026. Like we said, it is episode number 47. I know that you all had a little breaky break, but I hope you all are ready to join in the fun and the shenanigans because
Yes.
we are where the group chat turns into a podcast. And for episode 47, we're talking about the worlds colliding. That's my world and Jamila world. We have those two worlds colliding because I love Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and I love Mary. And Jamila likes cults. I'm sorry,
Love them.
Mila likes cults.
Love them.
So why not bring those two worlds together for what we're going to discuss tonight? So go ahead, Jamila, kick off things with the series that we had going on. Well, I guess documentary more not instead of series. Yeah.
Because always around by January, a good cult documentary come on. To tide us over to give us an idea of what the 20s and the 26 is going to be about. So, knowing that Kim is 10 toes down, baby, for Mary Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Absolutely.
her. She love her.
Mm-hmm.
Mary can do no wrong.
She can do wrong,
but she rock with her.
We'll get into that later.
And I myself love a good cult documentary. And when I saw that Mary Crosby from the Salt Lake City, Utah housewife, and they were saying that her church was a cult, sold. It's on HBO Max. There are 3 episodes. And it breaks down. So before, and I know I took notes. I did one of Kim numbers today. So I took notes. So I want to be prepared. So before she got on the Housewives of Salt Lake City, there was some rumbling. So let's say late 90s, early 2000s, maybe. Mary, grandmother, who was the pastor and founder of the Faith Temple, I think it's the Faith Temple Church in Salt Lake City.
Pentecostal
Church. Well, when grandmother, Rosemary Crosby, aka Mama, passed away, Mary said, grandmama said, marry my husband. Now, mind you, this is not just any husband. This is her step granddaddy.
This is your granddaddy.
This is her granddaddy. Seriously, her granddaddy. He has known her since she was 3 years old. And supposedly, allegedly, grandmother put in her last will and testament that when she passed, that Robert Sr., who was 20 years younger than Mama, was that he would marry a young one of her daughters so that he can semi reclaim the 20 years of youth that he didn't get with mama.
Yeah,
I
because
guess
mama is 20 years older
older than him.
than
So
him.
she was like, all right, you marry one of my young girls, and that, maybe give you 20 more extra good years of living, get a little juice in your system.
Juice
Well, well,
system.
well. Now, there are former church members of the Faith Temple that said, hey, Miss Crosby lying to y'all. Miss Crosby is running a cult right now. Miss Crosby all about that money. Run it to her. Just like you pay your bills, run her money. And Mary got somebody that got mad down at the Good Faith Temple and said, hey, let me record her. Because it was her birthday. Mary got up in front of that good congregation and told them folks, you po. You po. I got 14 cars, you po. God says you po. You just po.
Happy New Year, auntie and uncle.
You po. That's what Mary said. They told them people 14 cards for her birthday. Now, I don't know. Was it 14 or 17?
I think she said she only got 14 cards.
Yeah, 14 cards. Now, we don't know how much the monetary amount was in those 14 cards. But she was 38 armor grenade hell hot, baby, that she only got 14 cards. And then called them folks out and told them they was poor because they didn't give her no money. And so then that's when you start hearing other folks say, oh, they really all about that money. Oh, she married her step granddaddy. And then, honey, just a ball of confusion and chaos and everything in the church.
Well,
Take it away, Kim.
also keep in mind that the husband also said that that grandmama wanted him, well, the mama wanted him to marry one of his girls as well, and
Mm-hmm.
people were saying that that was a lie. But hey, when we're together, they decided that it was the truth. So hey,
You remember a while back we had that conversation like we're one or two together, and
yeah.
I was like, "Well, I'm one and son is two." So
No, that does not count. That does not count. That does not count. So it doesn't count. So let me tell you, I honestly, so I grew up in a Baptist church,
Mm,
and I now go to a Christian church, which I guess is now, I guess, considered non-denominational, but they were a Baptist church, but they moved away from it because women aren't allowed in the pulpit at Baptist churches. So I say all that to say I'm not familiar with Pentecostal churches.
no, I'm not either.
Um, they just mentioned that like they speak in tongue and stuff like that. My churches don't speak, like the church I belong to and the church I grew up in did not speak in tongue. So I say all this to say I don't know how Pentecostal churches work. So, and I think it's also
Mm.
strange in a sense that this is Mormon country. Mama went from it was Indiana, what isn't it? From Indiana,
Indianapolis, Indiana.
yeah,
Walked,
yeah,
hitchhiked,
hitchhiked and all of that stuff to get to Salt Lake City because she said God called her to go to Salt Lake City.
because that's God's
Um,
country.
yeah. So also say all this to say, I don't know if people really understood. Like, I think I've never been to a Mormon church either, but I've been watching a lot of stuff about Mormons for a long time in my life. I have met several people that belongs to,
Really?
the Latter Day Saint. LDS, all them
Mm.
people. Yes. I know people in real life that are members. So I say all this to say, if you see something vastly different, that's what I'm kind of feeling because the things that they were saying, and don't get me wrong, they're not a reflection of my church, but I know other churches that are like, bring your money, bring your money, pay your tithes, da da da, this, that, and the
Mhm.
third. So I'm not, you just had the whole one of the Wayans or whatever. I don't know. I won't say Winans or whatever. Who was
Wine.
the no Marvin Sapp? Who was the preacher that
Oh,
held
that
the
was
thing?
Marvin Sapp. But then Marvin Sapp said, well, what
That,
Marvin Sapp
that
or somebody said close the door, but I feel like the wine and said something too not too long
yeah.
ago.
So I say all that to say I don't know if it's really a cult. It wasn't really giving me cult. Now, don't get me wrong. One thing that would give me cult vibes is if they were calling her God for real. Now that gives me cult vibes. That
Mhm.
weirds me out. But everything else did not seem like cult vibes. And it to me, I overheard this, maybe I mispassed this because I am a fan of Mary, but I try to be an equal opportunity hater and appreciator. So just saying. But I never heard her say, call me God. I just
I
heard the people say that she thinks she's God,
uh-uh.
or they said she has to, that she was saying, you gotta, I'm basically, I never heard it. Maybe I wasn't paying attention in them parts, or like I said, maybe I had some unconscious bias about myself as it relates to Mary. Now, her husband, on the other hand, the bishop, he seems to be more so like spare the rod, spoil the child type person, but he's still not necessarily giving me cult. He's just giving me old style church people, like, because there's different levels to Christianity and how people
Right,
Christian. There's just
right.
different levels of it. And to me, that may be some of what he given. Now, don't get me wrong, they may have some infidelity going on in their life, but there's a lot of people that have infidelity in the church.
Well,
I
none of
wouldn't
that
say
needs
it's
to
a
be in the
cult.
church.
Now, I do know and understand, and this is where y'all might be offended by me, but you just gonna have to let me be great because it's 2026 and I'm gonna be great anyway. So, with that being said, they were mostly married. That family, the Enochs or whatever, is that I want to Enoch or something like that.
Enoch
That
or something.
that family was mostly mad because of the simple fact that when Mary was on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, she mentioned the daughter. Well, she mentioned a member of the church dying,
In a car
and
accident.
yeah, in a car accident. Now, mind you, this man said that she was a bully growing up, this, that, and the third. By somehow, this lady was gracious enough, and for whatever reason, gifted your daughter a present, a doll that she wanted and kept with her all this time. And your daughter was grown, end up being grown. Now,
Mm.
apparently on the show, Mary said the following to Whitney. Yeah, I just got a phone call about a member, child died in a car accident, just got ejected from the seat. And yeah, should have put on a
Yeah.
seatbelt. Baby, listen, my humor is dark. I got it. I'm twisted. Was it a bad timing? Yes. But she wasn't talking to them. Was she thinking that they was gonna probably see it? I don't know. But my sense of humor is dark. They probably should have had on the seatbelt. Like, I know my humor is dark. I know it's dark. I know it is. I think it was because had it not been shown on the thing, and don't get me wrong, like, there's people that I know, even my own nephew last year passed away in a car accident.
Mm.
So I say all that to say I understand the tragicness of it,
Right.
but I also ain't got good sense. So Like if
Well, and this is, I mean, and I don't want to make light of again the girl accident, and I don't want
exactly,
to
and
see, yeah, and don't have compassion and empathy, all that. However, I mean, I get the dark humor because sometimes I use it too. Like if somebody say, I'll be like, my mama dead, so who knows? I don't know, something like that. It's like, but it wasn't. She didn't say nothing bad. She was just like, well,
no.
you see, about. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was just more like a matter of fact, and they got mad at her about her saying it like that as a matter of fact. Now, I know someone that also was talking to me at one time about somebody having a car accident, and they was talking about the song that was played, and then they was like, well, I guess it should have really been Jesus Take the Wheel. What are you saying to me? What are you saying to me? That's what I'm saying. Like, and this is something that happened a long, 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 long time ago. Because I don't even know this person like that. And I said, well, because I just know people with a dark sense of humor. But to be honest, and that's on me, this is on me. But Mary did not say it like that. There was no
mm-mm.
laughter. There was just more of a matter of fact type situation.
Yeah, and I think that I don't. I will hope that that's not the main reason why. I mean, I think maybe too because she was asking for money, calling for Pope, and maybe other things that she did in the church. I feel like at their time of grief, they felt like maybe that was inconsiderate, and that could have been, the last straw with her. Uh so I get a little bit of why they're kind of upset with her, but I'm gonna add into account the other stuff, like the other brother. I gave her $1,000, and y'all, she didn't tell me thank you, or the organ player, not the
Yeah,
one who daughter died.
that was the $1,000 guy, the one that played the piano
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He was like, I gave her $1,000. Did she tell me thank you? You know, and so I think it's just Mary is Mary, and they said growing up was a bully. I can see that because she did kind of give bully tendencies or whatever,
She's
or she
hilarious
just
on the Housewives. Have you seen her on the Housewives?
bits and pieces. But I mean, if you look at her, yeah, I could probably say she was a little bully. Now, also, let me put my notes up because before I jump to Mary, let's jump to. I think uh when Mama started the church, the
Mm-hmm.
temple, and walking from Indiana to Utah, because that's God's country. I think that the church at that time, I think that was legit a church. And I'm not saying that Mary is not having church there, but I can see the cultish stuff. But I think at the time that Mama was doing the church and preaching, that's the church maybe I grew up on.
Okay.
You do it. It wasn't Pentecostal. Let's say that. But again, you acted a certain way, or you dressed a certain way, or you just did things a particular way. There. Now, I think when they was going back and forth for the tent meetings. Now, mind you, Mary, being Mary ain't going to nobody's school. If she going to school, baby, she leaving early. Let me tell you, Mary was with the boys that had the money. She wasn't dealing with nobody broke. Mary knew who was the money maker down there in good Utah. Let's just say that she was a hot girl. They just call her thing a thing. Mary was your typical teenage girl or whatever, and was doing typical teenage girl stuff. So when Grampy, whatever they lady call him, Gramps, Grampy, whatever, he came from Indiana. Remember, he came back from the tent meetings. He, I want to say, it looked like he had a goal in mind, and that goal in
Mm-hmm.
mind was to
Be in the
get with
church
Mama
and be
to
a
get a
leader
church.
and be
Yeah,
a leader in the church.
And the way that he could do that was make that lady that was older than him feel special. Now, I don't maybe doubt there was no genuine love maybe there. But I feel like he went out there with a motive. And that motive was to become, maybe he wanted to be a big preacher. Because they said in the documentary, he really didn't know how to stand on his own when mama died.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to quite run a church.
Yeah.
Mama did everything. He had his little thing, little torture. I wouldn't call it torture, but a little boot camp, maybe.
Oh yeah.
That
It was like a mentor program for Christian men or whatever, Christian boys
right.
that
And I think
involves sparing the rod and spoiling the child,
and
basically.
baby, they was using that rod along with needles and everything else. And just kind of the abuse thing. So you had that, but again, mama didn't know what, or allegedly maybe didn't know,
Not
or maybe
initially.
she
Not
just
initially. She
initially,
didn't
but
know.
she
Yeah.
just kind of turned, later on, told him stop it, don't do it, and he didn't do it. So in the midst of all of that too, remember Mary done got excommunicated from the church.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Done, because she was again out there being fast.
Baby,
So
she was
it was
bringing
like
all
she
kind of shame to the family and
in the
to
Utah.
the church.
We ain't about 12, probably ain't about a good solid 1,000 folks of black people down there in Utah.
The
And
whole
baby, she
state.
done missed the Crosby name right now. So when Mama died, she wasn't even in the church.
Mm-mm.
But I think and Mary knowing, not yeah, Mary knowing, okay, then my come up could have been her come up, could have been his. I would like to know if that's what Mama supposedly put in her. If it was written down. I mean, if even if it wasn't written, I mean, we really got to give props to Mary for marrying the man and getting all the stuff. I mean,
So, couple. Okay, so the mama got mad. Rest in peace to the mama, like her biological mama, not mama,
and she
but
looked just like her mama.
yeah, definitely. She passed away, I believe, last year. When they were filming
Mm-hmm.
right before I think they were filming this current season of Salt Lake City. So, with that being said, if you get the husband along with the church, because technically he's the bishop. I don't know how bishops and stuff like that work, because again, they don't be happening in my churches, so I don't know any better. So if it's, to me, it seemed like if you marry the bishop, I mean, if you want to be the head of the church or whatever, or a partnership online with the church, then you were going to have to be married to the bishop. So Mary has said on the show this season that
Hmm.
her mama, some of the issue with her mama, and said in other seasons as well, some of the issues that her mother wanted to basically be the one to take over everything. So in the back of my mind, I'm always like, so did the mama want to marry the man? Is that what's part of the issue too? Because it seems like you only got one without the other. I mean, you couldn't get one without the other. Because
Now, was there?
technically it's it's his to give. Because if she had a will, then why wasn't a will or anything ever? You see what I'm saying? I don't
Right,
know if it was
produced or
necessarily,
whatnot.
yeah, why wasn't it produced? If you're saying that that's not what the mama would have wanted and all this stuff, then where is the proof that she wouldn't have wanted it? Because to me, it seems like, regardless of the situation, if she
Right.
really did not want Mary to do it, not saying I don't know any better, but if she did not want him to marry one of her girls per se, then, or he had a specific one or whatever, why was none of this in a will? Because if she was
Well,
about her business, she had I looked like a soul food restaurant. She
yeah,
had, baby, she was serving, baby, whatever thousand black people that was in Utah in that Salt Lake City area, baby,
she
she was
found her
serving it to
niche.
them,
Let me tell
baby. Okay, she was like, baby, I got some soul food for
she
you.
was
I
had a
got this for
salon.
you. Yeah, like she seemed to have had
Yeah, I
everything.
mean, yeah.
Like, so I just don't foresee someone that has all of that. If she really did not want Mary to have it, it seems like something would have been displayed to say that. But it seems to me like it became, maybe she really did say Mary wanted his girls, or her girls, or whatever, and the sister was like, Mary knew how to put on and all this stuff. I don't know, but she ended up with everything. She ended up with everything.
I mean, she did. I mean, she ended up with everything, but I still want to know, like, because Mary had her mom. Well, then, okay, so Mama had, there was that, I feel like there was another girl, and then that boy, which the other guy, which we know he was adopted. I remember him
Two
talking.
of them being adopted. Yeah, I think it was five in total.
Okay, so we didn't hear from
I think
the
five
other.
kids in total, or either was it maybe five kids in total? Two
Okay,
of them
because
being
it looked like
adopted.
it may have been the other two. Yeah, because we they didn't show the other brother, the one that told mom or dad what they was doing at camp. He wasn't on there.
Yeah, it was that was Dan, wasn't it? When it
Yeah,
Dan
but
that
that
told.
wasn't. Yeah, but it no. Was it Dan or Demetrius or Darius or something? The guy name was. He wasn't on there,
Okay.
and so I feel like I would like to hear. Although we know Mary's mother is gone, but I would like to hear from Mama's other kids because we really only had the sister, one of the grandkids. Well, what
Yeah.
two of the grandkids talking, and the others were family members. I mean, church members. Church members.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, church members, and then a couple of them that was Robert Senior. You know, uh, was it his son or grandson?
I think
Um,
it. I. I. For some reason, I think his only biological child is the child with Mary. I could be totally wrong, but it
oh,
seems like the only biologicals, because they adopted those boys, two of those boys, remember. But it seems like the only biological. It doesn't sound like he had any more kids. He didn't have kids with mama, any biological kids with mama.
right.
So I
Okay.
feel like that he only has the biological son with Mary, which is a junior, which is his
Okay,
junior.
because she kept hollering Robert Senior,
Yeah,
and I
because
was
the
like,
son,
oh, I forgot
her
about that.
Mary's son is a junior.
Okay,
So
okay,
I think that's his only biological child.
okay. And so, but I won't. I wonder if any other family members or church members will come forward because I know they had to split where the big walkout
Yeah.
where Mary, yeah, her mother, baby, they was knucking and bucking in that church aisle. They were pushing and shoving. You thought it
Okay.
was walk, it was a club. Everybody was wall to wall in that bad boy. You
Okay.
hitting folk with umbrellas and everything. Like, okay, slow down right here, people.
Just
Uh,
pushing and shoving. And then she up there stumping all up in the pulpit. Mama ain't happy. Mama ain't happy. Calm down. Calm down.
well, and that's why I feel like, honestly, and I've watched enough things on cult. I don't know really if I would consider this a true cult. Now, especially like with, okay, Mama's church. That was church, and Mary probably is having church too. But the only thing about it, it was just loud, and I know Pentecostal churches are known to be loud. So, I mean, it didn't give me cult vibes. It just gave me a pastor that is asking the flock for money.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I said I think because if you're only used to
Now,
one thing,
now we'll say this. Oh,
if you're only used to one type of thing, I think that's where. Now I will say something else that kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily cultish. It's just weird. But they said even Mama did this with the cameras in the church and being like
they ain't giving up. Why they acting
tapping
like
somebody
that?
on the shoulder. Why they acting like that? Why you sitting here? Why you got that on? Y'all is doing a lot. Y'all is
Well,
doing
and
a
my thing
lot.
is this: why you ain't in that pulpit? You supposed to either be in the pastor store study, getting your sermon notes
But this
together,
is when
get
they
your
on
Bible.
vacation. This is when they was on vacation at their other houses. And I did not know. I did not know Mary had all these houses. I didn't know. I think they said a Florida one.
Florida, New
Uh
York,
yeah, I did
California.
not know she had all of these places. I said, Mary. It that's why I feel like, especially based on how mad the mama was, her Mary's mother was. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if it wasn't supposed to be a combined deal with the husband, that I feel like they would have, baby, they was ready to squabble up in the church. So if they was ready to squabble up in the church, I don't understand why they weren't trying to squabble up in the courtroom. That's why I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
even know. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, maybe part of the deal, the only way you get it is to be with, Robert
with
Senior.
him, right?
I feel like it
And
was a package deal, and so if her mama wanted it, baby, you wanted to marry the person your mama was married to. That's even stranger and weirder than. Now, granted, they probably would be around the same age because Robert Senior 20 years older than Mary, so they probably
right,
would have been somewhere in the same age bracket, baby. I guess he should. I guess the mama should have went over there to the house and checked on Robert Senior. Because
because let me
apparently
tell you,
that's what the sister said Mary did.
Mary went over there. Not only did she check out, showed him the finer things in life, and got her red BMW riding up.
Okay. Even when it paid for her car. And then talking about Mary was married, baby. I did not know she was married.
Had a whole wedding ceremony, baby. It was about 8 people walked side to side.
She said, I ain't about to miss out on my blessing. What you thought? That's you can be
Got a
somebody else's
divorce one
husband.
day.
Okay.
12 days later, baby was married again. Man said, wait for what?
Okay. She was like, I'm waiting for this divorce to be finalized. That's what we're waiting for. Because if you think I'm about to wait on my come up,
Nope. Nope. It took long enough for it to get from the courthouse to the house in the mail form.
and the wild part about it is Mary wasn't even end up being she wasn't even a pastor or a preacher or anything. She was a choir. She got with him and became a choir director, baby. What? Like,
Right, that directed him. And next thing you know, man, she up there with a gold microphone, baby, saying, hey, you gonna get to heaven through me. Let me tell you. Again, it's not giving cult. It's just giving. It's really just giving. Hey, them church members about that money. That's all it is. It's just church members. It's just church members giving money. That's all it is. That's just, instead of them having one pastor's anniversary and pastor birthday, baby, they have firecracker meetings. What they call it? What they call the meeting
What
that
is that? I can't remember what that lady said they was called. Oh my goodness.
they they had a firecracker. We gonna call it the firecracker meeting after church, and they knew when they had the firecracker meeting that was time
They
to
was
come up
gonna
with
have to
some.
they were gonna have to release some funds. They was gonna have to release some funds. And then apparently
You,
it was like it wasn't until we watched the show and we realized she had this, that, and the third. That's what I'm saying. It sounds like, but to be honest, that's how a lot of people do. Okay, uh, Pastor Mike, Birmingham. I can't think
yeah,
of the church, but
him, yeah, whatever it is, yeah.
yeah, but people found out about his house and all this stuff, which cost less than $1 million, and they was like, "See, that's what I'm saying about the money." Everybody's gonna always have an issue with how, especially church folks, spend their money. Them
Wait a minute,
pastors
they
and
mad because
preachers,
he in the house less than $1 million.
yeah,
Most
because
pastors said,
the house looked beautiful and huge, but they said it cost less than $1 million. Maybe he got it when it was a good, good market. I don't know, but but like that house looked like that. I don't know the area of Birmingham that the house is in or
yeah.
anything like that, but it looks like the house is probably should at least now be well over $1 million. But apparently the
Mm,
house was like maybe like $800,000 or something like that. And they were
okay.
complaining about him. Now, mind you, he also has an album out because that's how I found out who he was, because I was listening to the good old Kurt Franklin Pandora station and I ran into him, and then I realized that he was a real pastor and he had a
You
church and it
ran
was in
into him.
Birmingham. Yeah, that's
You
how
ran
I
into him in
found
the
him. I'm
Pandora
saying
streets.
I found him on here on this little device. So people always got a problem with church. People got a problem with anybody having anything, to be honest. But they
Facts.
definitely have a problem when they think that the preachers don't supposed to have things that they have. Now, it does not matter that they work their whole life and have another job or this, that, and the third. They do not care. It's always an issue. Now, for
Mm-hmm.
some
It's
people,
all,
it
I mean,
should
I
be an
think
issue. Now, some of them it
it
probably need to
should.
be some issues, because how you got a jet and you telling me you can't help me pay my light bill? Excuse you? And I've been giving my good old tithes, or like that church. They said a church in Memphis where the mama had been giving all her money, grandmama, whoever had been giving all her money, and then she got down on her luck or whatever, and or got into the nursing home, and she really had no money to give, and then they didn't even want her to have no the funeral at the church.
Lies. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find this clip on. I don't know if you said it, but I know I said it on IG. This man, I don't know where he was at. He said his mama died, and his grandmama, somebody died. And the church, he was just like having a conversation. He was like, they ain't want to let my grandmama have that funeral at that church. And I told him, you ain't gonna have another funeral here at this church because I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down to the ground. And I got gas in the
Whoa.
car right now. And he was like, my grandmama gave all her money to this church, and my granddaddy knew you would. I mean, he was going out, and it made sense because it's like, if I'm giving you, I'm giving my tithes and offerings to the
Yeah.
church. And if I'm doing that and I'm a faithful tither, or I'm even trying, or I'm a member, I don't know why I can't have my service here at this church.
Okay.
If you not, I understand if you, now I may not get the main pastor because hey, he could be out, he could be doing some or whatever the case may be, but my funeral will be held at that church. It will be held at that church.
You said it will be.
It will be. If I
Yeah.
decide to have, let me tell, and I ain't even, let's just not even say me. It can be my uncle. It can be my pops. They go to aunt and uncle. They go to a church and they've been faithful members of that church, and then when they die, talking about, no, well, you can't have sister so and so, a brother so and so funeral here. The hell you say?
It's gonna be some shaking of the tables, ain't it?
There's gonna be some baby, some pews gonna be moved around here, especially for all the family members. You tell me you don't know you can have the church, the few services there. The shit you say. So I get how some people do get a little razzled, because I think even older pastors, they're probably good and gone. They're all about good and gone now. They had other jobs in addition to maybe being at the church or working with the church. Now I think pastors, now their main job and focus is the church. You may not have many that have other jobs or other careers. There's so much that goes on in the church that they have to take care of. But again, why would you not want your pastor now to live comfortably? But I don't want, if I'm running around here struggling, I'm not going to give everything I have to struggle, and then you continue to live your good life.
Yeah.
No, the church should be about the people, and helping the people, or helping those that really want to help themselves.
Yeah.
Now, don't sit here and ask me for no money because you want a Rolls Royce and your church is down there in the hood. Now, you may live in a gated community, but damn if we gonna help you get a good Rolls Royce, you better get that Cadillac like every other pastor.
Or like that pastor that wanted that watch or whatever. I think he went to jail.
Oh, was that the one that was in New York on that thing?
I think he went to jail.
See? So my thing is this.
There's a lot of other things going on with him in his life.
So we're not going to help you get a Rolls Royce. We'll help you, make a few payments on the Cadillac. You want Tahoe. We'll help you get the song.
We can help you with a Lexus. We can probably help you. My preacher does drive a Dodge, so he drives.
And I think mine probably.
I think it's a Dodge. He be talking about his truck all the time. I think it's a Dodge Ram.
See, my pastor don't drive nothing. I don't think it's extravagant. But again,
because my pastor from the straight country, baby. He's from country, the country. Because I know where he's from. I been there. That's the country, baby. He's from the country.
So again, my thing is, I'm not gonna help you, fund your fabulous lifestyle and all of that stuff. No, we're gonna help build this kingdom up of King Jesus so we can continue to spread the word. But I do see that when there's nothing else for some folks to do in life, they will try to become a pastor, because I feel like that's the easiest hustle to gain money.
First of all, I'll tell you right now, I think it's being a pastor and seeing you like that man that's currently in office, them is two, especially as a person of color, them is two come ups right there real quick, baby. And I ain't got no lie to tell you. This will come up.
I'm just saying.
If I didn't have morals and integrity, baby, the year before last, run me my check. Run me my check.
Well, again, I'm trying to get to heaven to see my mama. So that's the only reason why I ain't started no cult yet. I'm just here to tell you. The only reason.
What would your cult be about?
I don't know. I don't know. I just need one.
Just dress up in the color teal. I think and have wine and liquor. It's like filet mignon flatbreads. Like, what is this cult gonna be about?
Baby, nothing but bubbly ride and sapsucker. You hear me? Bubbly and steaks. So clearly, I gotta,
you ain't ready to lead a cult yet. You ain't ready.
I don't have my plan out yet.
You You ain't thought this thing through at
I
all.
ain't thought, I have not thought it through. I just feel, look, I don't know if you watched it or not. The mother of somebody on HBO. That woman was dead, baby, in that trailer, baby. They said that woman was still alive right now, and she was the mother. So clearly, there are people out there that probably need my guidance, but I don't know if I want to give it to her right now. Because again, I'm trying to get upstairs to see my
Okay.
mama. Yeah,
But
but next lifetime, I might do it.
okay then.
But I don't want to play with the Lord like that. So I already too many folk playing with him. He don't need
Uh,
me out there.
okay. Like they say, it's people dying that ain't never died before. So nope. Don't want to be part of that number. I want to be part of the land of the living. No, serious though. I feel like it's only 6 days in, and I know I think just about every day somebody has told me somebody done died.
Yeah.
Like between like people I used to work with and stuff like that, or just So I just think that's
The
I
people
don't
just
know.
getting out of here.
Okay.
That
Yep.
they are doing.
So any other questions and thoughts about good old Mary and her cult?
No, Mary.
Alleged cult.
Electrical.
Cause
Mary. Keep doing you, Mary. Now I will say this. I am intrigued and would like to go to parks to Utah for one day. Just one day.
I would definitely go to Utah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
Okay.
go to her church. Let's go to her church too. It's back open.
Oh,
It's back
there it
open.
is.
We can go.
Okay. Let's
Bet.
put that on our list.
Bet.
Say
Uh
less.
so your verdict for what they allege as a cult, we both are gonna say we're not feeling it.
No, I don't think it's cult vibes. Nah. I
Yeah.
just think it's just they just giving out money. She just milking them. And she may be getting a Bible verse or two, but it ain't giving cult. I mean, you got to know the word for yourself,
Yeah.
honestly, and that way you wouldn't get bamboozled. So, go forth and spread the word, Mary.
Yep.
Do you, boo?
Over 40 and unbothered.
Yes, over 40 and unbothered for this episode. And by the way, we got another segment coming up as well. Change the name. But anyway, so the 40 and unbothered is about people that are gonna be 40 years old and gonna be unbothered. And this week, we're talking about none other than Pastor. Yeah, we gonna stay on the people today. Pastor Jamal Bryant and his wife,
Carrie,
because the people were bothered, but Jamal said, "I bought this dress."
I bought it. I like her in it. I bought it. You didn't know it's flesh tone. She was naked under there. She burns my soul. Ugh.
Well, tell me how you really feel about him.
Ugh. Irritating.
Now, for me, and I told Mila this as well. So there is also another, because his wife goes by doctor as well. So I think there is first she's a first lady, whatever, but she goes by doctor. But around the same time, there was also Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, that's the life coach, therapist,
Mm,
whatever she does with her life. She also wore a mesh dress. Well, even these are not the same dress. She wore a
right.
mesh dress that was black with green underwear, because that's basically the description. And for the
Mm-hmm.
longest, and I still to this day still think that some people were confusing her attire with the first lady Dr. Bryant attire,
Mm,
because it was clearly two-tone dress. I have dresses that are not the same design, but the same material composition, I guess I should say. That
Mm-hmm.
it looks like, especially depending on what your skin tone is, it can look like it's your skin, but it's clearly a material. It's
Right.
clearly fabric. She was not showing anything. And
No.
they were like, well, she represented the church. What was wrong with what in your eyes? Because I asked these people that. So what in your eyes was wrong with the dress then? Are you mad at the design? Because I can understand if you say, "Hey, as a first lady, your little cleavage, is a little bit more pronounced." I can get that. I can stand beside you with that. But you saying she shouldn't wear that dress because she's a first lady, I ain't trying to police nobody about it because, baby, I know what I be wearing out here in them streets. And I know that I be putting on some stuff that they be like, girl, you too big for that. Baby, I bought it and I can fit in it and I'm going to wear it. So,
About it, I can fit in it, and I'm gonna wear it.
so with that being said, I I thought the dress was pretty. I thought it fit her body well. Um, and I don't personally see a issue. It wasn't like this was a pastor's anniversary and they was going to a church gala.
What
She
kind of
was
event
going to
was it?
some kind of award.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess out somewhere with the public. Uh, so I don't think I just don't think that her dress warrant won all of this attention. But again, people have a lot to say about what preachers and pastors and things they do, wear, dress, all this stuff, and do not get it twisted. Some people be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the pastors, first lady, blah, blah, blah. Some people are wrong. Some people are very, very wrong. But that's not always the case.
Right.
In this case, I don't think she was wrong for what she was wearing. It was, I think, because people thought it, like I said, I think people had in mind what the other Dr. Bryant had on and got
Mm-hmm.
it twisted. And I think some people actually really thought that because of what she had on being see-through, that First Lady Dr. Bryant had on something that was see-through, but it wasn't. It was
Mm-hmm.
literally basically a two-tone dress. The it would have been the same thing if everything was the same color. Or say
Right.
for instance, instead of it being a brown that was similar to her skin tone, maybe if it was copper and a little bit darker, how would the
Mm.
people still feel? You see what I'm saying? Because it
Right.
still would be the same dress. Like I said, I can understand you thinking that the first lady shouldn't show, have, the boobs out, which they weren't really out, but I could see you saying that. But
Right.
well,
I think
I'm intrigued
we.
why you don't like Jamal though. If you want to
I just
discuss it,
don't.
okay,
It's
okay.
it's just some. It's I mean, it's some pastors that just don't resonate or feed my soul. And in their actions too. It's just like how you see. And again, you can't really judge everybody by what you see on social media. So
Yeah.
I get it. Uh, I just feel like he's a bit extra. And
Okay.
when I say extra, I would also say too in his delivery or where he spoke about this. Um, One thing is that we are in the 20 and 26, and that happened in the 20 and the 25.
Hmm.
Baby, pastors, first ladies, these first ladies now, and it ain't all of them, but there are no more first ladies, baby, that are fully clothed head to toe and have their skirts on like the Kojic women and hats. They're not doing that no more.
No, my
Not
best
all
friend,
of them.
her mother is a first lady, and she be wearing the big hats and everything, and her skirts go all the way down, like.
I'm just, but think about that, especially if there's somebody, and we have to look at it like this too, is that Jamal Bryant is out in the open, so people know him. He's
Hmm.
known everywhere. So that means that there's probably a particular image that he has to have while he's out there. He's hip. He's in the know. I wouldn't expect his first lady to be baby down there with a St. John knit suit on.
I wonder what Giselle used to wear back in the day from Real Housewives of Potomac. His
I
first,
don't know.
I think that's his first wife. I think he's only
Yeah,
been married twice.
but I know
I
there's
wonder
been
what she used to have on.
some infidelity also too that kind of happened with him. I think in the churches and
Yeah, and allegedly he had a child with a congregation member that
hmm
was allegedly under the age of
hmm
consenting things.
oh,
Yeah, uh-huh. So with that being said, you got other things to worry about than what the first lady is wearing.
and that's
Now,
what and
and,
that's why
and,
this is
and
why.
him may or may not paying wanting to pay child support for another child he done fathered
Mm,
allegedly.
well, and that's why I say I think with him, I would expect his first lady to kind of be
On the
yeah
edge.
on the edge. Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely teetering on the edge of we ain't trashy, we classy. But you gonna see this body that I'm giving. You see what I'm saying? You gonna
Yeah.
see what I got to give. And so I just think that, and a lot of women, and I'm not saying this is her case, but some women like pastors because they know that gets them out in the forefront. Certain pastors, anyway, because of people know who they are. It's like being with a celebrity, so they know I'm dating XYZ. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you see me, you know who I am. You're not gonna come in here and try and steal my man or
Yeah.
whatever. And so I think with her, and that could possibly be her style. He said he paid for it. Now the other man of the clip you sent me that said that he treating her like a
Like a
$2
$2.
hoe. Now I think that's a bit extra.
You okay, and you in the pulpit saying this and acting this way, it don't make you no better. Cause then what happened to the part of the Bible that say judge not?
Just deny
You
and you won't be judged.
you out here going against biblical understanding and of correction and everything and judgment openly in your pulpit, Mister
And yeah, so I
Mister
think
Preacher Man.
Mr. Preacher Man. And that's why, again, I think we have so many issues with people um, not believing in church, not wanting to go to church, not believe in pastors because of these things here, and maybe and of them being so judgmental or critiquing everything. Now they while it says come as you are to church, come as you are as a person, what you're dealing with. Now if
Hmm.
you and everybody doesn't have church clothes, so let's
Yeah.
get that understood. When I grew up, you wore your dresses, you had your stockings on, you had all this, that, and the third going to church.
And you
Didn't
slip.
get slip right. Didn't get relaxed into church attire until college. But until then, you had the whole garb on about going to church. And while things have changed now with church, but also too, that we have to realize we're getting the pastors now are our age. They're in their late 30s and 40s now. And which means you have to kind of be uh I don't want to say fashionable, but maybe you need to be in the know. So you need to have the hottest, the most trendy clothes on. You got to be
My
able
pastor
to.
still wear a robe, and he at least in his 70s, and he wear a robe. I only
Oh,
thing I ever see on him is that robe and them pants, the cuff of the pants, and them shoes. But
well,
I think he in his 70s.
and see, my pastor I think is probably in his 40s, but again, he's married, got kid, they got grandkids, so it's a little different. But again, you can take, for instance, the man in Birmingham, but Pastor Pastor
Pastor Mike.
Mike, or the one that was in Oklahoma. I think his name is Todd.
Mike
Uh,
Todd.
yeah. So you think about like they are just hip. You know, people thought back then when Kurt Franklin baby was telling us to stomp. Oh, we do Christian
Baby,
music.
you was going to hell, baby.
You was
You
honey,
weren't gonna make it.
you was bound and you was heading straight to hell, baby, with gasoline draws on in a basket. You was in flammable attire if you listen to something like that. Now you think about how even gospel music has changed and how it has become more relatable. So again, women, the what Pastor, what Jamal Bryant wife had on, don't bother me not one bit. Weird, because at this point, I ain't got not one deed to heaven, and I can't say who can come in and who can come out and what the dress
Okay.
code gonna be on. I may be in that in heaven, baby, with sweatpants on and a headscarf if the Lord say the same.
Okay, because I know I ain't got no
And,
heaven or hell to put you in. Mm-mm.
and so if that lady, as Funky Dineva said, if that lady want to sit there and wear that, wear it.
Yeah.
That's her. She the one. She probably got to keep these hoes off her man, baby. She know what she got. So that means she need to step up her game and make sure she looking hot for her man. So now when these other husbands come in and get them.
Now to be messy, cause might as well. You know that they allege that he was Mr. Chocolate when it came to Phaedra Parks.
Brian was with the Phaedra.
And it was alleged that the reason why Malaysia Pargo moved to Atlanta was because of him, and he was paying her bills until he was not. Now that's what the streets was saying. I'm like Mama Joyce. Now that's what the streets was saying.
Oh,
But I heard
see,
that a long time ago because you know I be watching them shows, so I be on them chats listening.
hmm.
But
Well,
I
again,
ain't gonna be
that's why I
messy.
say Miss whatever she go by, Miss Carrie, baby. She know who she got, and she know what she married or whatever. And so he got to keep up this image. He has to have the prettiest lady on his arm, and she got to be, she got to be right. So, hey, she is what she doing well, baby, ain't gonna make me get to heaven and hell no quicker, no slower, no faster, no nothing. That's
Okay.
up to her. So you know what? Wear it, cause it don't make me a bit of good, baby. I'm as Kim said, I buy stuff and it fits me, I'm gonna wear it. And I probably would wear something like that if I could buy it and fit in it. And I will probably wear that something that may be out of breath when I get where I'm going. But if I can fit it,
No, like I literally have like two or three dresses, formal dresses that do have the different like skin tone lining
mm,
of it. And so that's why I know that that's lining like I've worn them. So
they
that's why
just
I'm
do
also
it.
not offended. Cause I'll be like, baby, if I could fit in that dress, baby, I'll wear that to the next gala I go to. What you talking about?
Well, and this is the thing. We are living in a world again where there are most first ladies, if they young and hip and with the times, they're going to dress according to what's in style. So, and most of these folks that's complaining, they ain't even got no dress like her. They ain't even got no husband, and much less they ain't got no husband with no church.
And they probably wear worse.
See, we as a society that we've put these labels and standards on people and preachers and or just way people in general. We have to realize they are human too,
Yeah.
and they want to wear and feel a certain way in what they wear. And so again, her husband, the good pastor, said in that pulpit. Now he shouldn't have got up there. And I don't know if it was a Wednesday night service. I don't even know if it was a Sunday morning service. He shouldn't have got up there and addressed it right then and there. And folks hollering, Amen, hallelujah, stand, Pastor. You didn't have no business getting your ass up there talking about that. This is Sunday morning and Wednesday night Bible study. Tell me what I need to know so I can better my life.
Okay.
I don't want to hear
Help
your
me to
rant.
help me to give to heaven. Help me to get to heaven. Don't help me to be on the fashion police on E.
Right. I didn't come here for fashion police critique. Sir, preach whatever Bible verse you need to preach and give me that lesson. And you can take this and put this on your social media where you can
Cause
cut
he
up
got a
and holler.
podcast.
Put it on the podcast. Don't get up there, mess up there till the I bought the dress. And if you got something, say something. See, you being an ass now. You acting a true fool up there. You up there being you up there acting unnecessarily up there in that pulpit. Jamal Bryant. Next time somebody talk about your wife attire, take it to social media like everybody else. Don't waste my time on Sunday. I probably already done struggled to get here. And I had to find a parking spot and probably wasn't in the best mood. And I'm coming in here to get lifted up and here you come airing out your grievances because your wife wore a dress to something that was a week or two ago. Probably. By the time we saw the picture, the vent was gone. She probably done dry cleaned the dress and took it back.
Also, I want to just go out. Me in talking right now is having struggles. I do want to say that if you ever do want to talk on a podcast or have some suggestions for us, you can hit us up at area code 615-475-8152. Again, that number is 615-475-8152. Or if you prefer to send us an email, you can do so at reallifeishfriends@gmail.com. Again, that's reallifeishfriends@gmail.com. Any other thoughts about Pastor Jamal and his wife?
Mm-mm. I just got to worry about if my uniform ready for work tomorrow. I ain't got to worry about her and that sequin dress she done got that at that dress she done got at the Davis Bridal.
Okay, because what? Over 40 and unbothered. Okay. Okay.
That part.
Group chat check-in time.
Yes. So part of the group chat is we got to discuss the aunties down. And no, we not talking about you, uncle and auntie. We not
Not
talking
now.
about you.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But down there in the good old Georgia, the state of Georgia, when those monks came by, because the monks are currently on a walk for peace, they was out here trying to walk with them, trying to touch them, trying to take selfies. You was doing too much.
That
To
the
the
monks
point,
had to,
go ahead, tell the people what the monks had to do.
the monks had to get on the phone or on the internet or whatever it was. Them people had to
Al
take a
Gore's internet.
baby, and this is for them. It's Al Gore internet. They don't have to get on Al Gore internet and say, "We walking in peace. We don't need all that. Come, just walk in silence. Don't come with your social media content. Don't
We
come
don't want
yelling.
we don't
We
want
just
your
want."
influencers. We don't want you coming to every place that we going to. If you in
Mhm.
that city, that's fine. Don't come. Don't make every stop that we make. It ain't
And
your walk.
don't walk beside us yelling. Don't walk beside us holding your cell phone up. Don't do it. Let us walk in peace like we supposed to. We done left Texas and we trying to get to Washington D.C.
And they
Y'all must
already had a car accident. Like they already had someone that ran them over. I'm assuming it was an accident. I ain't never read any. I ain't read anything else because I just know that the guy, one of the monks, ended up having to amputate his leg because of the accident in Texas. So these men being through a lot, And they
Even the
one and
dogs
they one dog.
went through a lot.
And they one dog. They been through a lot. This is not an attack against Christianity because, baby, y'all done got too weird for me. And I was like, see, you know what? Them the Christian people be talking about. Because not my kind of Christianity. Your kind of Christianity is what they be talking about. And that's why people be having a hard time in the church because y'all want to be judging everybody for everything. Now, the monks walking, minding their business, it's an assault against Christianity. Is everything, in the words of my friend, is everything all right? Because
Ho.
it can't be. It can't be. It can't be.
And then when they said, is you all right, ho?
No, my friend, do not say that.
Whatever. Somebody said that what the people on the TikTok say, ho, is you all right? You ain't got no business.
That's what the TikTok people. I'm telling you what my actual friends be saying, not the
Well,
TikTok people.
my thing is this.
No, they be like, no, they be like, is you cool? Is you cool? That's what they be saying on the TikTok.
Well, look, the thing is, leave the monks alone. If you not gonna go to that gather in silence, and everything don't even necessarily have to be recorded. If you there, it's for a spiritual. You there to get uplifted. You there to, don't go around there messing up them people. With the monks.
Yeah, y'all out here doing too much.
We can't take shit serious, can we?
Baby.
We can't because y'all motherfuckers would be the one that would have been walk across that goddamn Selma Bridge, baby, and cause chaos and confusion when y'all got over it.
Okay.
You wouldn't have been for the people. You'd have been out there just fucking it up and fucked it up for everybody. Then you mad.
Is you cool?
Can you lift the box? I guarantee you they can't wait to get out of that Georgia region. You hear me?
Baby, they should be done with Georgia now. They probably like, don't even worry about it no more.
If they got to walk back,
don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
Do they have to walk back?
I'm assuming not, because somebody said that they had like a RV and some other things that are like traveling along with them and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna assume that no.
Okay, because I don't want them walking back, and if they do have to walk back, find an alternative route. Don't go through Georgia.
Okay, because Georgia, y'all just doing a lot, and then coming out there apparently like people like these are elected officials or want to be re-elected officials that people were talking about. So it makes it even wilder.
Leave the monks alone. If we know clearly, no Georgia don't know how to act. Now I'm quite sure they had to go up to South Carolina, North Carolina,
baby, because baby, at least they didn't have to go through Florida, baby. They should be happy about that all along itself. Because baby,
I would much rather go through Florida.
If Georgia was showing out, ain't no telling what Florida would be on.
I bet the next group of monks ain't going through Georgia.
They be like, we ain't doing this no more.
They will say they gonna say we go march through. We're going to Chicago.
Anyway, but we just gonna have to take a different route. We gonna have to go Oklahoma, from Texas, Oklahoma to Arkansas. We gonna have to not go. We gonna have to bypass.
We don't want no parts of Georgia.
No.
Like parts.
Why? Because I think people were saying like some people may or may not had their signs out and everything. Like, you doing too much. It's not a parade.
You folks thought it was a damn Labor Day, the 4th of July parade right there. Y'all thought it was Veterans Day, huh?
Okay.
You thought this was an interactive parade, huh?
Baby, they thought it was something.
Now, we'd had y'all asses go by that march to the state capitol for for gun violence, your asses would get up and go down there. You'd be mad. But you over there mess up them good monks. Y'all make me sick.
And they don't even supposed to be act like they don't like. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought monks took a vow of silence as well. Maybe just they just silent at some point in time and not the whole time or whatever.
I thought them
Maybe I'm
Buddhists.
confused.
No, that Buddhist is
That's
not. They're not
Buddhist
quiet.
is the monks. Buddhist is the monks.
Oh, that's the same. Okay.
Hmm
I'm sorry, religion. I'm sorry.
You said wait. You sorry, religion.
My apologies to the Buddhism. What is it?
Buddhism. Wait. Hold up.
What?
They're Buddhists.
But it is
I
something.
don't know.
Really?
Buddhism. But how you said it, it wasn't right. It wasn't right at all. Like it, it
I'm
just
long
wasn't
and I'm
right.
going to bed. Good night.
Because you said booty, and this is
But
this. You said
you
it
know
like
what it
the
is.
body part, not the religion. And I'm concerned for you for that reason.
Oh, jeez, I got to go to work in the morning. Bye. Oh, my God.
So for episode number 47, is it anyone that you want to give flowers to for this episode?
No, not that I can think of. Now I'm tickled about what I call the Buddhism.
Why are you saying it like that? Like you, I'm like, is she talking about like a booty call? Like this is inappropriate. This is
Nobody I can think of right now to give flowers to, but I will say I know we are in cold and flu season, so please make sure you take care of yourself. The weather is on a mental curve right now, so take care of yourself.
I want to actually give flowers to Mark Kelly, Senator Mark Kelly. I think he's a senator. I could be wrong, but I think he's a senator. For standing
Get
his
that right
ground,
on.
and expressing how he feels about the situation in Venezuela, and just from his military background and and everything, he's standing on business, and I appreciate the fact that he is standing on business, and trying to make sure that fellow soldiers are doing things in according to the
Mm.
Constitution and the oath that they took to defend the United States. I also want to shout out to my sister who just said, "Hey, um, I don't have it right now, but she hooked me up with her, and I'm gonna say little mama too, my niece. They hooked me up with a new microphone. I didn't use it tonight because I'm being lazy. I'm just gonna be honest. But flowers to them. Yes.
Oh, and you know what? Flowers to your niece who you said named her doll after me.
She just happened to name her dog Mila. I don't know if it's named after you, but
And she know Camila.
I should be trying to tell her to watch the show. But she has two dolls. One is a boy, one is a girl. One is named Jacob. The other one is named Mila. And why she names them Mila and Jacob, I don't know. Maybe it is because of you.
Am I about to marry a Jacob in my life?
Let me
Is she
find out.
prophesizing?
Okay, you run into a Jacob. You be like, listen, my friend,
Let me-
her niece. So you may need to step it up. You may need to figure it
If
out.
I find me a Jacob for real, let me tell you, baby girl got a certified place in the wedding.
She would be like, "I marry you."
Baby, she got a certified. I find me and marry me a Jacob.
She'll be like, just give me some diapers for my baby. That's my fee. She'll be like,
Whatever.
I can do the ceremony. You just gotta
Okay.
give me some diapers for my baby.
Whatever. Hey, let me tell you, baby girl is prophesizing that I'm gonna find me a Jacob. Stay
So
tuned.
my little niece, I was like, Mila, where did you get that name from? I'm assuming she may have gotten it from you because her mama do be watching the show, and I be sending the links to the little baby, you know. Well, I be telling her to tell her mama to send it, let her watch it, but you know.
Well, make sure
I
you
don't
send
know.
me
I don't necessarily know if I show conducted for a 5-year-old, but you know.
Well, make sure she gets this last part where we shouted her out, her and Mila and Jacob. So make sure she gets this.
Yes. But
Oh,
anyway, that's how it's going down and more for 2026. So for our first episode of the year, we definitely want to continue to thank you all, and we hoping for more fun, more conversation, because we are when the group chat turns into a podcast. And this is Real Life is Friends. I'm one of your hosts, Kimberly,
I'm Mila.
and peace up, A Town. Boom 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 boom.